Okay, here we are. All right, I'm so excited. Okay, guys. So let's just make sure all our tech is working. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to the Reinvention Strategy Formula workshop. I am super excited you're here, and I cannot wait to share, as I just crashed everything, share my brilliance with you today and help you really get some clarity as to where you're going with your new branch of business. So, first and foremost, guys, in your email and in the Facebook group, there is a workbook for today. So, it would be really helpful for you to print it out and get that workbook because it'll help you because I'm going to be kind of following through. It'll give you a little bit of something to follow me with. And you could also take notes and follow through as we are doing the work together. So as you guys come in, give me a hello, say hello in the chat, say hello if you're in the Facebook group. Let me know where you're watching from. And again, I'm really grateful you're here. So I decided to host this last free event because so many people from the last event were like, Maria, I really want to watch your event again. I want to learn more. And there's been so much interest in what the reinvention strategy formula really is. So I'm just going to quickly, for those of you that don't know me, because a lot of you don't know me, you may be new to me, I'm going to introduce myself. So my name is Maria Fontana. I am a 38-year entrepreneur. I have been a salon owner and hairdresser for over 25 years. I have owned multiple brick and mortar businesses and online practices. And about 15 years ago, I launched my first coaching and consulting business as my plan B for my business. I wanted to have autonomy. I wanted to not be chained to a brick and mortar. I wanted to have freedom. I was afraid that if I couldn't be behind the chair or I couldn't be my physical business, what was my plan B? So that's how this all started for me. I am a 2-time best-selling author, a mom, and an animal lover. Okay, so you got a little bit of everything about me. I live in New Jersey. So today's a compressed version of my 3-day workshop. And I wanted to do this so you guys could really get a handle on this. This workshop is specifically for established salon owners, beauty and wellness professionals who are experts, who are thinking of creating a new branch of business online, meaning you want another stream of income, or you want to start a business as a coach, consultant, online mentor. Maybe you want to start an online course. This is what this workshop is for, right? If you're burnt out, if you're just looking for another stream of income, if you want to semi-retire, or if you just want to get a piece of the pie of the online world and package up your brilliance and bring it online to make more money for your family, to have more income, more impact, more influence. And most of all, guys, what I love is more freedom. I went from being a salon owner and hairdresser, working really hard behind the chair and physically working, to being able to impact people globally. So if you speak English or Italian, I have clients globally that I can help grow their businesses, right? Help them bring their brilliance online, help them launch a consulting, mentoring, or online education business. So today's going to be a compressed version. I'm going to be going through the 4-step process I use that you can actually take notes in the workbook today, okay? Now, if you are watching me and you have not registered for the class, head on over to either the top of the page or wherever you're watching this video, register for this 1-day seminar and download the workbook and get access to the Facebook group where all the replays will be housed, and connect with a like-minded community of people who are all doing the same thing. So without further ado, guys, I want us all to get together, and I want you all to take a nice deep breath, because as all of you know that know me, being grounded and being really connected with your soul and intuition is super important to getting great results. And today I want you to show up for yourself. You are not here to just consume content or watch a class. You are here to truly honor yourself and take what I'm teaching you and then step away and freaking implement it to get some results for yourself. Okay, so let's take a deep breath together. Ready? Let's go. Take a deep breath in. I want you to feel grounded and ready to move forward. So we're going to start off here. I'm going to talk a little bit about what the steps are going to be, a condensed version. So this is what it's going to look like today. I'm going to do some teaching. I'm going to walk you through the steps to launch your own coaching, consulting, or online education business. And then I'm going to take some live Q&A calls, or I'll answer some calls live. If you want to just put the questions in the chat, I will be answering those questions live. So please feel free, if you'd like to get coached live. I can only do 1 or 2 people today. I can only have enough time for that. But this is your opportunity to show up for yourself and connect and get your answers to all your questions that you may have. All right. So step 1 is clarity. When we are moving from being a brick and mortar business owner or an expert professional working in a brick and mortar. Okay, like you're a beauty or wellness professional, you're a salon owner, you're a holistic practitioner. You work in a brick and mortar business, right? So you show up to an office, you show up to a location, you are servicing people at a place. When you want to take your brilliance and create an online business, so an online business can encompass a few things. It could be coaching, it could be consulting, it could be an online course, it could be a membership, it could be VIP days. I mean, there's so many options, right? So we work on that together, obviously, in the Brilliant Business Reinvention program. We fine tune all of that and help you create that. But for this seminar, I want us to get clarity. What are we gonna prepare to transition to, right? So I want you to write this down. I want you to go on that. You have free, if you printed out your thing, there's a page for notes. Feel free to jot down your notes. We're going to take a self-assessment, which this is the hardest step, believe it or not. I've been in business 38 years, and yes, you need business strategy. Yes, we're going to talk about marketing. Yes, you need all those things. But step one to making sure you don't friggin' fail when you're going from a brick and mortar business to starting an online business as a coach, consultant, or mentor is getting crystal clear. What does that mean? I want you to take a second now and let's self-assess. By self-assessing, I mean, I want you to think about what are your current skills? What's your experience? What are your gifts? What are the things that people constantly pick your brain about? What are people constantly saying you do better than anyone else in your career, in your business realm? I'll give you an example. Let's just say that you are a salon owner. I'm going to use my client, Nikki, as an example. Nikki had a method. She did balayage, foil highlighting, like a hair color highlighting technique, better than anyone in the salon. But all her friends would constantly ask her in the industry, could you teach us how to do that? You do it so fast. You make so much money. It became her signature thing. We created her coaching business and app based on that one thing she did better than anyone else. So she coaches people on how to cut timing in their hair coloring services and increase their revenue. You see how that makes sense? So I want you yourself, because you're probably 9 times out of 10, I can guarantee you this, you have a laundry list of things that you're better than everybody else at. That's your brilliance, right? So stop for a second and really tap into that and say to yourself, what are the things that I do better than other people in my area, in my, zone of industry? What are the things that people are always picking my brains about? What are the things that come easy to me that other people find difficult? And this is how we extract part 1. Now, part 2 is identify your passions, right? Don't get overwhelmed. Just be like, what are your passions? What's your life? Like, what feeds your soul? What makes you feel good? Okay, here's a perfect example. For me, it was helping people create revenue, helping people reinvent themselves, helping people get major successes and find that they can have more than one business in their life. That is one of my passions, teaching, educating, right? Connecting, building relationships. I love people. I love connecting. Do you see how that's all part of my brand? So you yourself, okay, we can think of another one of my clients, Christina. Christina really wanted to empower women to show up for themselves in the best version of themselves so they could live a totally fulfilled life and not feel not good enough. That was her passion. We married that with her skills, her experience, her expertise, and that's how we created her life coaching online business, which is killing it now. Does this make sense? So start writing down your self-assessment. Tap into yourself and self-assess. What's my passions? What do I love doing? What experiences have I overcome in life? Because I also have clients who are simply consulting or coaching or mentoring on an experience they have that they found a solution for. So you don't have to have a coaching degree. You don't have to have a consulting degree. If you know something for sure. Here's another example. Gina, how to rebuild your finances and become debt free after divorce. She wasn't certified in anything. She was a nail technician, but she had experienced this firsthand and had a proven methodology that she could teach other women. You get that? So her business blew up too. So think about, it could be so general. It could be business, it could be life skill, it could be spiritual, it could be healing, it could be energetic, it could be mindset. There's a million things. It could be financial. I have another gentleman, he's an accountant. He started helping, this is another one, divorced women build wealth after the divorce, making sure they were financial planning correctly. So you see, guys, it's so exciting because the possibilities are endless. And I want you guys to remember something. The coaching consulting business, you can Google this because I always forget the exact number, but look up for yourself, is going to hit, I think it was $325 billion. The online knowledge business is going to hit $325 billion, I believe, by 2025. Why would you not want to be part of this movement for yourself? Right? You can package up, I call it your brilliance, your category of one magic. And again, it could be your intuition. It could be a gift you have from God. It could be a healing, business, corporate experience, life experience, skill set experience. The list goes on and on. So I want you to make this self-assessment for yourself and take your time doing that. So that's number one, in clarity. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is, what do you want this transition to look like? You have to be really honest with yourself too, because some people are like, you know what, I want this transition to be a year because I want to retire. Some other people are like, I want this transition to be in 3 months because I want to sell my salon, my brick and mortar. Some other people are like, you know what, I just want to add another stream of income and I have no intention of selling or changing what I'm doing full time. And that's fine too. This is why I call it the Reinvention Strategy Formula. So once we get clarity as to what's the brilliance you're bringing to the table, now we're going to think about how you want this brilliance to transpire into your daily life, right? You have to be realistic with it. There's no right or wrong answer. The answer is what works for you, right? So you're going to set for yourself measurable goals. Like I want you to look at the timeline and say, you know what, I'm going to start doing this now. Like I have clients who signed up with me after my last live launch class, which is what I do these every 6 to 8 weeks. And they've already gotten clarity. They already got the ball rolling because my programs are 6 months. So they've already got the ball rolling to launch their business. And in 6 months, they'll have their new business up and running, right? So you have to take that timeline for yourself. Now, step 2 is research and planning. Now, this is another big mistake I see a lot of people do. It's great to have an idea on what you want to sell as a coach, consultant, or mentor. But step 2 is you need to do some market research because there's no point in creating something or putting a business out there of something no one's going to buy. And I always use this example. Are we going to go sell ice to the Eskimos in Alaska? No, because they don't need ice. That's a ridiculous statement. You may want to create something and sell some type of heating device or coats. You see where I'm going with this, guys? It's just an analogy to make it clear. So do market research. And these are the 3 places that I find the best market research. And I share this with my high-end clients. Google. Just start punching into Google what your ideas of what you want to sell, what kind of coaching consulting program you want to create, right? When you punch them into Google, you will immediately see on the drop down what you punched in. So let's just say life coach for expectant moms. I'm just making something up here. Underneath, you will also see a little bit down in Google, people also ask. Look at what people also ask and scroll down a little more and look again what people are also asking. That's number one place you can look to see if people are searching and what is the interest and are people looking for these solutions. A second great place is askthepublic.com. You can go there and ask questions and it shows you how many people are asking for these services. Also, you can go on Google Trends, Trends, punch in different things you're searching for, and it'll actually show you a graph of who's looking for what, where they're looking, what phrases are they looking for. Now, these are all search engine. The truth of the matter is if no one's searching for it and there's no other businesses doing it, that idea might not be good. So, of course, we work together in my program, the Billion Business Reinvention Program. I help you fine tune that, and we make sure that your idea is a viable business that's going to be sellable and that people, you have a solution for people, right? We want to bring a solution for people. And the third place that I think it's really a cool place for, actually, I have 4 of them: TikTok and Pinterest. These are search engine platforms. So that means that people are going there looking for answers, and YouTube you can throw in there. These are all search engine platforms that people are actively searching for solutions. So you can go into any one of these platforms and just start doing some research, right? And remember, guys, if there's nobody doing what you want to do, it's probably not a good idea, because competition is healthy, because then that means that that is a viable idea. There's competition, and you have to remember, your competition's irrelevant. When you create a category of one business or a brilliant business, the way I call it, it doesn't matter because you are you and that's your superpower. Okay, so let's see. We did 1, clarity, 2, research and planning. And I'm going to move on to number 3, right? We're going to identify your brilliance and your expertise, right? So after dumping all those other ideas in the beginning, I want you to really hone in on what's your expertise and what sets you apart. Like, what is your brilliance? What makes you different than everyone else in the category or industry that you want to work in? All right. I'll give you an example of my client, Lori. Lori was a speech pathologist who had a brick-and-mortar practice for 20 odd years. Okay. Her specialty was speech pathology, but her passion and her experience was she had a daughter who had severe ADHD. As the years went on and she had to really figure out how to help her daughter cope and get better at time management and organizational skills and getting through college and getting her PhD, Lori became a master at these skills as a mother because she had to figure out solutions to make her life better. That's how her coaching for ADHD kids of ADHD, parents of ADHD children, sorry guys. Do you see how that all was born? It had really nothing to do with her business or her skills that she got from her business, but it had everything to do with the experience that she gained in her life experience, and she actually found results through actually doing it, okay? So guys, I see you guys coming on. Say hello in the chat. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat. I'm going to be doing live Q&A. If you want to come on screen, I will be more than happy to bring you on and actually answer your questions live in the second half of this class. So, you know, we've researched our target audience. We've gotten clarity on what we do better than anyone else. We've considered our unique perspective and our unique positioning factor, because that's what's going to position you differently than everyone else. You know, here's a few examples. Again, I like to give examples of my unique positioning factor. I was a salon owner. I was a hairstylist. I understand what it means to have a pain in the back, rotator cuff issues, to be exhausted. I felt the pain of the shutdowns when I had no control over my business and I had no money coming in. by having that second stream of income in an online business, I was able to overcome all those pain points, right? I'm no longer strapped to the heavy burdens of workman's comp, to the heavy burdens of having a location. Does this all make sense? Yes. Give me a yes in the chat if this makes sense, if you get where I'm coming from. Okay. Now, our next thing is going to be, how are we gonna deliver this business, right? So now we know, we got clarity on who we are, and we have to figure out who we're delivering this to. Like, we know who we are, we know our expertise. Who are we going to serve, right? So you want to take a look at what solutions are you going to solve with this expertise that you have. This exercise takes time. I want you to write it down. What solution are you going to offer for the problems that you know how to solve? And usually it's got to be a pretty like juicy problem. I solve the problem that you are chained to a business, a job, a brick and mortar that you're exhausted and you're sick of, and you want to make more money and you want freedom and you want to be able to work from anywhere. So I'm solving that solution by teaching you how to bring your brilliance, your expertise, your talents online to create an online coaching consulting business where you could work from anywhere. Do you see how my solutions to your problems are very crystal clear? Which brings me to the next thing. We know what our brilliance is. We know who we serve. Now, mind you, I'm saying we know, but there's no way in hell, unless you've been really thinking about this, that you know by just doing this exercise once. I have clients that work with me that we do this for months because it's a process. So you have to be loving and kind to yourself, and you have to do the process over and over and over. It's not about just one thing, right? It's about doing something over and over again and getting clarity. So I want you to really be gentle with yourself. I want you to not give yourself such a hard time and, stress over that you're not getting this right away while we're doing this exercise. This is simply to stimulate your flow. This is simply for me to help you get clarity as to what you're doing. But it doesn't mean that you have to know right now, because you're not going to know right now. I mean, it's maybe you will, and that's fine. Maybe you're totally been brewing about this. Maybe this has been on your mind a long time, and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I really know what I want to do. I got this down pat. It's just coming. Then that's awesome. But if it's not, that's okay too. You can deep dive and dig. I will be honest with you. When I started, guys, it wasn't crystal clear for me because I wanted to help everyone. I wanted to help you grow your business. I wanted to help you with personal development. I wanted to help you heal. I wanted to help tap into your like. I was multi-passionate. So I had so many things that I was good at, not to sound conceited. I was like, I had to really zero in. And this is where choosing that niche, that expertise, your brilliance, and all the other beautiful, juicy stuff that is your personality and your soul, it just naturally becomes part of your offer. It naturally becomes part of your program because it's naturally who you are and what you deliver, right? I'm known for over delivering. I'm known for being very loving and caring. I give my clients the best experience possible because I am so invested in their results. I listen. You see the things that set you apart. And the beauty of it is there could be a million people doing what you want to do, but you're you, and that's your superpower. Like, that's never going to change, right? That is your powerful positioning that's going to set you apart from everybody else. All right. So again, remember, if you want to have questions in the second part of this live, drop them in my DMs. If you're watching this live, you're in my private classroom, please feel free to drop them in the chat. Let me see. I'm just going to check here. Do we have anyone in the chat? Yes, I see we have tons of questions in the chat. I'm so excited to answer those live for you guys later. Let me just get off of here right now. 1 second. Okay. All right. So the next part of this is going to be, what is our business model going to look like? So, we know who our brilliance is. We know who we're serving. We know how we're going to serve them. We know what the result is going to be, right? Well, you may not know, but this is what we're working on, right? And then we're going to tap into, what kind of business model do we want for this? Now, there's people, I have clients who have started memberships, like they want to be hands off. I'll just share with you a few of the different models. You might want to be hands off. So you might want to create an online course or a membership that's just DIY. People do it themselves. Or you may want to do like I do high level consulting. So I work one-on-one with my clients. Then there's group coaching, where you put people in a small group or a big group and you do like a hybrid. You could do a course, you could do one-on-one coaching. There are so many different ways to deliver your coaching, consulting, or online, that I have some clients who just started an app and it's like DIY. People just work on the app. Think about what feels good to you. And it really comes down to your lifestyle, how many hours you want to dedicate to this business. What is this business going to look like for you? Again, this is all food for thought, how we're going to deliver and the business model. And it should reflect your values. It should reflect your mission, right? Let's think about your mission, your values. All these things come into place. Because guys, I can't stress enough, this is not a one size fits all. It is not. We're all different. We all have different frameworks. We all have different missions. We all have different goals. We all have a different purpose in this life. So by you thinking that you have to make your business like somebody else's, that's absolutely absurd. This is the beauty of being one-on-one with my clients. I get to help you really dissect and deep dive. What does that look like for you? Right? Because you are a category of one. You are brilliant. And you can create any damn thing you want. When I created my coaching consulting business, it was at the darkest time of my life. I had lost everything in a divorce. I was financially distraught. I had 2 little kids. I had to rebuild my brick-and-mortar business. And I decided to build a consulting company so I would never be in that situation again. And guess what? It's 15 years later, and it's the best damn thing I ever did. Co-created the way I wanted. I'm co-creating hundreds of businesses with my clients. I have salon owners, estheticians, wellness practitioners, nail technicians, lash experts. Anyone in the beauty and wellness space, that's who comes to me for help to create their new branch of business. And if you are ready in the next year to take that step and do that, you should join me in the Brilliant Business Reinvention Program. More about that later. Okay, let's move on to the next page, because I want to make this brief and powerful for all of you. So on this activity page in the workbook, you could do this with, when you guys have time. It's basically going through everything I talked about, more fine-tuned. Who's your niche? Like, who are we talking to? Who are we serving? What are we doing? You want to ensure that your niche, it aligns with who you are, your passions, your purpose, your values, right? Then we're gonna build a brand, and a brand means your personal brand, right? And I know I'm throwing a lot at you. This is a lot to consume, but I'm condensing like everything that you need to do to launch that coaching consulting business in less than a half hour here. So it's about building your brand, creating your unique value proposition, meaning what makes you stand out above the crowd. And again, guys, if this is overwhelming, that's normal. When we work together one-on-one, I help you dissect all of this. Me and my team help you get clarity and dissect all of this so you can feel 100% aligned when you bring that product to market, right? And then, of course, there's client acquisition, which means how are we going to get the clients? There's a million ways to market and get customers. We deep dive. I teach you step by step how to do that. You could do, I'll give you a few examples. You could do paid lead generation. So this means paid ads to get people into your programs. You could do paid ads on Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Okay, so there's paid advertising. Then there's organic advertising, which is something I personally am a big fan of. It's creating content online. Wherever you're watching me right now, this is free content, right? I'm giving you my best stuff that people actually pay me for free to build a relationship with you so you can get to know, like, and trust me. So this is free organic marketing, right? It's showing up online on all the platforms because today we have social media, which is like your own private TV show. I have a podcast, the Maria Fontana Show, which you can all go subscribe to if you'd like. I have a YouTube channel. Now, you don't have to do all this. I choose to do this because I really enjoy creating content. But when we work together inside the Brilliant Business Reinvention program, we fine tune and pick what works best for you. I have some clients that they just do paid ads. They don't want to have anything to do with social media. I have some clients that all they do is have a podcast. I have some clients that just work with Google. You know, again, it depends on your business, on your audience. Like the audience is who's buying your stuff, where are they hanging out? So we fine tune all of that and create an aligned business for you, because that business has to be aligned with you, your values, your mission, your lifestyle, everything that you're doing, right? So then we establish how are you going to deliver this, right? And we talked about that a little earlier, meaning is it going to be a group program? Is it going to be one-on-one consulting? Is it going to be live events that you show up to and then sell to people? There's so many different options, but we truly dissect all of those and make sure they work correctly. I also teach a marketing strategy that I personally use, which is a type of launching that I learned from my mentor. And it's basically what you guys are seeing now. I invited you into a free workshop. I give tons of value. I expect nothing from you. And at the end of this, after I coach you and I share tons of value, I will invite you in. I'll give you a private invitation to work with me if it resonates, right? So that this is another type of marketing. So pretty much in conclusion, I have covered exactly all the basic foundational steps that you need to take to go from where you are now as a service-based professional, right? Salon owner, hairstylist, wellness practitioner, esthetician, holistic practitioner, chiropractor, wherever you are, to launching a coaching, consulting, or mentoring business. Now, I want to see from you guys, I want to see in comments, I'm going to actually have this other thing here. Let me just get this real quick. I want to see in comments your questions so I can coach you guys live. Let me see in comments your questions so I can coach you guys live. Okay, let's see here. Let me see if I have any questions here. 1 second. Hold on, where's my questions? Right. Let's see, guys, where are you? Okay, let's see. Do we have, I see a whole bunch of questions here. Let me just gather them all. And okay, let's see. I have Sarah's question here. Guys, you have to forgive me because I'm trying to get everything's on a delay. Okay, Sarah says, oh, you couldn't get into the Zoom? That sucks. I'm sorry. Okay, anyway. How do you determine and sort a proven methodology and make sure you can deliver results? Definitely is a hang up for me. Okay, this is the easiest way to dissect it. So the methodology simply is this, the steps backwards. So I want you to write down first, what's the end result? Sarah, drop me in the comments, what is the end result that you are giving clients? Go ahead, drop me in the comments, what is the end result that you are giving clients? See, I'm waiting for Sarah to drop her thing. Sarah, you still there? Let's see. All right, I don't know. Sarah's not answering. Maybe she's on a delay. Let me answer like this. Okay, reconnecting with yourself after major loss. So I'm going to dissect that even more. Now, guys, this is exactly what working together looks like. So I'm going to say to Sarah, what does reconnecting with yourself after major loss mean? Hold on before you answer me. What are the symptoms that your client is having? So I want you to drop me the symptoms. Drop me the symptoms in the comments that your client is having, and then I will answer, because that's not clear enough. You see, this is what I'm saying. A lot of times it's vague, even though it makes sense to us. You know, it's like me saying, I'm going to help you build your business, right? But what does that really mean? What kind of business do you have? Am I helping you build a 6-figure business, a 7-figure business? Am I helping you start a salon, a brick and mortar, an esthetician practice? Like, you see where I'm going with this? Like, we have to be more clear. So let's wait for Sarah to answer me. What are the symptoms, Sarah, that your clients are having? I'm sure it'll pop up. So is reconnecting with yourself meaning loving yourself more? Are the symptoms that you're depressed, that you have anxiety? Okay, not being able to feel like you understand yourself anymore. So the easiest way for you to figure out the methodology is this. Have you done that for yourself? Have you done that for yourself? Have you overcome? Okay, so you feel like a major part of you was stolen and you feel depressed, anxiety. Now, if you are helping people with this, have you gotten this result? Like, have you helped yourself understand yourself after a part of you was stolen? And did you overcome depression and anxiety? So are you saying that you don't feel connected to your clients in the salon anymore? Like you feel like a detachment? Okay. Grief recovery was a big part of it. Yes. Okay. So we're going to narrow this down because the initial question was Sarah, how do you determine and sort a proven methodology and make sure you can deliver results? The methodology is your journey. So if you did this, did you find the solution to overcome the detachment? Did you actually heal yourself from that? If you did, then your methodology is your intuitive steps that you took. Okay, let me give you an example. If I'm going to teach someone how to stop self-sabotaging themselves, right? I would have had to, okay, Sarah says, yes, I had to learn how to accept. Okay, so that makes sense. So we overthink shit, guys. We overthink stuff. I want you to be nice to yourself. As long as you are 2 to 3 steps ahead of the ideal client that you're choosing to help, that's it. You don't need to overthink anything. Sarah, you have overcome this. So a client who has been through trauma, I mean, we'd have to work on really getting your ideal client clear, what the end result is, and all those juicy things by working together. But by fine tuning that, right? You have that end result. And your methodology is your methodology. Like I have the brilliant business reinvention methodology. It is my own step by step, the mistakes and the journey I took to get to where I am. And inside of that, this is the cool part. All the juicy stuff that makes you comes out when you're working with people. But the longer you hold on to the fear and the limitations that other people have put on you, because you're stepping into a new version of yourself, even though you were super uber successful behind the chair as a salon owner, as a hair colorist, or a, chiropractor, whatever it was. It's now time for you to detach from the old story, because as long as you have the solution and you are 3 steps ahead of someone, that is your methodology. So stop overthinking it, Sarah. Stop overthinking your methodology. Of course, if we work together in the Brilliant Business Reinvention program, we do really fine tune all this and make it super crystal clear, but don't overthink it. Let's see, is there any other questions? Okay, I have a question here in the chat I'm going to answer. So Tina says, I've been a salon owner for 22 years. And I'm afraid that my husband is not going to support me. Actually, I know he's not going to support me. And my family's going to think I'm crazy for even thinking about starting an online business. Oh, let me tell you something. This is one of the most common things that comes up for people. And I belong in like some masterminds myself that are like for 8-figure entrepreneurs, 7-figure entrepreneurs. And they're still dealing with this. So this is what the answer to that is. Now, you have to believe yourself that what you're going to do is your mission. You have to invest in you. You can't wait for approval from your mother, your father, your husband, your kids, your adult kids, your friends. Because if you're stepping into a new version of yourself that nobody knows, or they're not in those circles, they're not going to get what you're doing. When I started my coaching consulting business, I had no support. You know why? Because the circles I was in, they thought I was out of my mind. Like, people still in my circle that were my old circle still don't understand what I do. And they don't need to, because they're not my ideal client, right? I'm not selling to them. I'm not inviting them in for transformation. And they are also not capable of supporting me on my journey because they're not like-minded. But that doesn't mean I don't love them. And that doesn't mean that they're not part of my life. I just don't share my stuff about my business with them. The conversations are different. So that's why you go into different rooms. That's why you stay in this community. I have the the Reinvention Strategy Formula group. You can come in here and share with like-minded women, right? You can, when you work with me, you have me to bounce ideas off of. I'm your support system. And then you grow into a different phase of yourself. So it's really about, you have to release your codependency to needing approval from friggin' anybody else, right? Does that make sense? Sarah, I love you and I appreciate you too. And I hope that answered your question, right? Both you, Sarah and Gina, does that resonate? Yes, I'm so excited. Okay, let's see. It's not their assignment for them to understand. You got this. Yes, absolutely. Because the bottom line is this. We all go through this. Like I said, I'm in masterminds, guys, with women that are making so much money, it would make your head spin. And some of them are still working on their inner game, because it's the inner game that brings us to our successes. But if you keep waiting for everything to be perfect, you're never going to do it. I started out not knowing what the hell I was doing. I just started. And I get better as time went on. I got better. I fine-tuned my business. I fine-tuned my services. I fine-tuned my niche. And now I'm in a place where I serve with my soul and I get my clients' results. Okay, let's see. Is there any other questions here? Any other questions? Guys, what I'm going to do is this. In this group, whatever questions I get up until this evening, because I'm sure people will DM me, email me, drop them in the comments. I will come back on later and I will answer all your questions, okay? I will I'll come on and I will answer all your questions live. If you are watching this on the replay, I want to thank you. If you're watching this live, I want to send you lots of love and hugs. I appreciate it. Before we end today's session, I want to invite you guys all in. I am inviting you in for 2023. This is an open invitation. The offer is valid until Wednesday. Okay, this is Monday. This invitation's valid till Wednesday. I'm going to be dropping underneath here an invitation to, first of all, you have a free call with me, a 10-minute call. It's silly not to do it. I want you to book in that call, come and connect with me. Let's get to know each other and let's see if I can add value to your life in any way. Like anything I could help you with, anything I could, help you with your business or help you get clarity because you were obviously curious and came to this workshop. So it is not a sales call. It is a clarity call. So make sure you go back and you schedule that call with me. Second of all, I'm inviting you in to work with me for 6 months, one-on-one, me and you, co-creating your coaching, consulting, or online mentoring business. It's time, right? The invitation's open. It is an introductory offer, and I'll tell you why. If you register by Wednesday, you're also going to get a complimentary month with me. So that means you get 7 months working with me, hand in hand, one-on-one. This is not a group program, right? It's one-on-one with me, and you're going to be working to create your business. Now, not only is it coaching, consulting, and mentoring, but I do have a few clients who have actually launched a product, a beauty, skincare, makeup, hair care product company online. I do have that also. So I do help you with all of those phases. So it's an invitation to come work with me. I'm going to drop the link to register below. This is 2023 pricing. After January, on the next time I have a free workshop, the prices are going to be going up because it's going to be 2024. So if you want to take advantage of this amazing invitation I'm giving you, right? I want you to join me. It's only $59.97. You get 1 month free, and you will be able to launch your coaching consultant. What we do in the Building Business Reinvention program, everything is on the sales page, but I basically help you with your niche market, your positioning, your message, all your marketing, your offers, your programs, everything you need to launch and bring your new business to market. Any of my clients that have worked with me, they get great results. I don't have to sell you on that. So this is an open invitation, guys. This offer with 1 month free, which is worth $3,000, is valid until Wednesday at midnight. Okay. I'm going to be shooting you guys an email. I'm going to be dropping everything below here. Do we have any other questions before we go for today? All right. I think I got everybody's questions. Guys, there's a delay sometimes. So if I get questions after this workshop, I want you to please drop them in the chat, right? Drop them below in the Facebook group or DM me and I will answer them later. Again, guys, the invitation is open. I invite you to come and work with me. I invite you to create your freedom, create your online business, stop being strapped to your brick and mortar, stop worrying about shutdowns and the government controlling your business. Take control of your freedom, your finances, and the impact that you have on the world. This is your time. I did it. I went from salon owner and hairdresser to super successful online coach. You can do it too. So I can't wait to see you guys on the inside. Drop me any of your questions below, and I will see you guys later. Sending you lots of love and light. Bye, guys. Have a great day.